something completely different. I was Yule forever.
Three of the leads, I mean, Joe, Amy Mann, and Karen, were obviously non-actors. Archie, what was, and yet the performances were fabulous on all of them. Nobody went overboard. Nobody. What was it like directing them, Archie? What was it?
It was great. I mean, as you said, John and Loudon, they've done this for a while, so there's no problem there. But Amy, a lot of the emails that we sent back and forth, was she was nervous if she could do it. Same with Joe. And as John mentioned earlier, originally we were talking to Joe about playing the P. Jones, and he was smart enough to go, I can't do that part. You need John. And then he stepped into the Terrence role. So there's a lot of performance, obviously, in any kind of musical performance. So it was exactly a year ago today, or this week, when Mike Kutzer, the co-producer, and Dave went out to LA, and we sat around the table with John and Amy, and Joe, and right in Joe's studio in Pasadena. And the great thing was the chemistry was good. John and Amy had a natural chemistry. Joe and Amy had a natural friendship. It was really about trying to create a set that was just relaxed and letting them be themselves. But I do want to give Amy a lot of credit because she's done a couple little bit parts in Portlandia and Lebowski. Yeah, she's carrying a big chunk of that movie, and it's not easy. And she came prepared every day, as did Joe, as did John, as did Loudon. And each day there was never like, oh God, I can't hit the remarks. Oh my God.
We should talk about mentioning Tim.
Yeah! I love her. The drug addicted team.
No, but thank you. Please, thank you. Thank you.
Well, what's the great thing about is like this, we can take some questions from you all. So if people have some questions for Holly.
Well, did you actually play the theremin?
I can't divulge. I touched it.
You're not supposed to.
I didn't touch it, but they invited me with a theremin, and I watched videos of the man who invented the theremin, which believed it was called theremin. That was his last name. And but I made some noise out of it.
It's mixed, and that's the thing with all of that stuff. It's enhanced and changed. But most of that stuff is recorded live. A lot of the stuff is
Danny boy.
and then we played it in the post. But no, that's different. Loudon doing a zombie can play that all out.
You guys gonna tour with that one song?
We're gonna get a reggae version.
That's a Joe Henry song, actually.
It is.
Great Joe Henry song.
Is Madonna there?
No.
Louisville is on Madonna's radar.
It's Louis.
Dave and Archie, could you talk a little bit about some of your previous credits, some of the stuff you've done leading up to doing this project?
Well, gosh, I've directed 2 other features besides this, produced a few others. And then here's the thing. When you live in Louisville, Kentucky, you produce, you may direct, but you also may, produce a dishwashing commercial or this kind of commercial. You do whatever you have to survive. The quality of life compensates for the lack of prestige nationwide credit. So it was really nice to be able to do this in our hometown with great talent. And, I'll put this film up to a lot of other films anytime.
Yeah, this is like, I have a couple of screen credits from things I wrote from long ago. I wrote a
There's a book about Richard Pryor coming out.
Yeah, so my brother Joe and I wrote a book about Richard Pryor, it's coming out in November, and so we're very excited about that. But a lot of my work, like Archie, I've done half-hour infomercials for healthcare companies, and, written a lot of advertising copy. I mean, I'm an ad man during the day, and I write screenplays and short stories and things at night.
And every now and then you get to make.
Yeah, I get odd projects. I have this, like Archie, I enjoy living in Louisville, Kentucky, and, my wife has a studio there, and we're very entrenched there, so I haven't, taken the LA plunge, but I have a good place to stay when I go there. But I get little odd projects. I just rewrote a script for a company in Mexico City about teenagers and after death. It's sort of like a John Hughes directing Dante's Inferno. Experience and tries to change his life. So I get these weird, odd projects like that. It's kind of like I sort of live this magical life. But yeah, those are my credits. Like between odd movies. A movie I wrote like 15 years ago was a very cool project called Amnesia. It had a great cast. But mostly commercials and things like that.
Who is the James Spader character in Dante's Inferno?
They're going to shoot it this summer in North Carolina.
No, but like, you said it was like a John Hughes movie?
Oh, right. Well, it was like
Who's the horrible rich kid?
Yeah, there's a horrible rich kid who has it all. He's a star athlete, abuses drugs, disrespects his girlfriend, does everything, and then has a near-death experience on the football field. And half the movie is like animated. It's going to be wild. Half the movie is like animated, and he goes through the whole heaven, hell, and then heaven thing. Decides to change his life, and comes back to life, and it turns out it's not so easy.
Archie, what happens with the movie now? What are the plans? What are the plans for the film now?
Well, literally tonight was the first time we've seen it publicly, so. There's a few tweets to do. John and Amy just did a wonderful cover of Golden State that is, when we, it's gonna just be rocking. And then a couple other little tweaks here and there, but then it's, the film business is a lot like the music business, and trying to figure out the next step. We've got a few offers, and we just want to open it slowly and let it build, and we hope to get the word out. Because it's, it's not the type of film that, it needs a little attention, and it's hard to give families attention.
I love Time is a Lion, and I'm wondering if we're going to be hearing that on XPN.
Sure, we can play it now, as long as when it goes out, we can do Joe's version, but not this version.
We'll get you the movie version.
Can you get the movie? Amy and John do Golden State too, so we'll be able to get that.
Two versions on the
Well, we're all very sad that can't really play the theremin, but John Joe can't play the guitar. There is one behind him, so
Yeah?
And so loud.
there's
We're going to do a brief guitar solo.